The concept for the construction of a three-hole junior course was an extension of the Golf Course Builders of America's program entitled Sticks for Kids, which strives to provide clubs for any junior golfer desiring to take up the game. The Sticks for Kids program focuses primarily on inner-city and minority youth that have not had the opportunity to experience the game of golf. At a meeting of the Golf Course Builders in Las Vegas, Marty Storch, director of the City and County Municipal Golf Courses in Louisville, Kentucky, posed the question, why can't we take it a step further and build a facility for the kids to play on? The construction project that follows was the culmination of a joint effort among Golf Development Construction Incorporated, the Golf Course Builders of America, the PGA of America, and the First Tee program, which is part of the World Golf Foundation, consisting of the USGA, the PGA Tour, the LPGA, Augusta National, and private support from numerous golf-related organizations. Their determination to bring the game of golf to inner-city youth inspired the community. In turn, the majority of materials were donated or provided at a greatly reduced cost. Due to the timing of this project and the concept being the first of its type, construction had to be completed by September 19, 1998, when a special dedication was scheduled to be given by golf sensation Tiger Woods and his father, Earl Woods. The project was completed in only 13 days, and the following is a brief synopsis of the construction procedure. The course was initially designed as a three-hole par 3 with yardage varying between 75 to 180 yards. Once the location of the tees and greens were established, the green pads and tee complexes were constructed. The average green pad consists of a 150-foot cross-section with a 3% slope from front to rear, and our tee complexes averaged 5,000 square feet each and had 2 to 3 tee sections per hole. Once the pads were constructed, the greens were laid out using a center hub and 12 perimeter stakes on 30-degree turns, each stake indicating correct perimeter distance from the hub and grade. After the greens had been laid out, they were excavated to an interior depth of 16 inches, with exterior grades to the specified elevations, and with the interior grade conforming to within 1% of the finish grade. Next, gravel, which met appropriate laboratory specifications, was transported to the site. Only gravel which would provide the proper bridging effect for the two-part USGA green guidelines was used.
So work fine. Yeah, that'll meet lab spec right there. That's good material. That'll do it.
Once the greens had been excavated to the proper interior elevations, per the architect's design, the tile lines were laid. Employing a herringbone-style drainage system on 15-foot centers, the ditches for the tile lines were trenched to the proper elevation. The bottoms were rocked to grade with a number 11 gravel, and 4-inch perforated tile was installed. Next, a 4-inch layer of number 11 gravel was installed over the tile lines and subgrade. The greens mix was mixed off-site and processed through a soil blender. The mix specified by the lab consisted of 80% washed mortar sand and 13% of peat blend. The laboratory percolation rate was 19 inches per hour. That material was trucked to the green, dumped, then shaped and compacted with a bulldozer to the proper elevation and grade. The green banks were shaped, and the contours between the banks and putting surface were matched. Primary shaping was done with a bulldozer, followed by a tractor and grade box, and final grades were established with a bunker rake and brushes. The sand bunkers were excavated next to the proper size, depth, and elevations. Tile lines were then installed in rock in the subgrade. Finally, sand was added to a depth of 5 inches. The tees were then constructed of silk loam and varied in size and elevation, providing terraced heights and distances to accommodate the level of each golfer's ability. Having almost completed the primary construction, a fully automatic irrigation system using valve-in-head sprinklers throughout the three-hole complex was installed. Multiple heads were used on the greens and tees, and single and double rows were installed in between. Each head had to be carefully spaced and flagged to achieve the proper watering pattern. The pipe was then trenched and installed and wired directly to the controller. Each hole was blocked separately, as was each green and tee complex, and the entire system was looped to achieve constant pressure and volume. Due to the time constraints, the majority of the project was then sodded. Starter fertilizer was applied to the entire area, and the greens were seeded with certified pen cross at 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet. 2,000 yards of quick stand Bermuda sod were laid on the T-tops, and 7,000 yards of fescue bluegrass blend sod were laid on the banks in 2.5 days. Once the seeding and sodding were completed, the irrigation was started. The greens germinated in 4 days and had an acceptable green covering in time for the dedication. In only 13 days, our entire 3-hole golf course was fully completed and ready for its dedication.
This is a great occasion. I've always said that I wanted to make golf look like America, and it's starting to come together now. I mean, here we are, all walks of life. We got all different types of pigmentations. We've got races. We've got, I mean, you name it, religion, socioeconomic development. And we're all here because of one reason, the game of golf. But more importantly, our future, kids, right over there. I challenge you to come out here, make a lot of birdies, and enjoy this beautiful game of golf.
Tiger Woods and his father Earl attended, and on the following Sunday, hosted a private clinic for 125 inner-city juniors, all playing Sticks for Kids, provided by the Golf Course Builders of America. Afterwards, a public exhibition was attended by approximately 2,500 invited guests. Why did Tiger and Earl Woods come to the dedication of a 3-hole golf course built in the inner city for junior golf? They came because it was the first course of its kind to be built and dedicated exclusively for that purpose. The entire project, with a price tag projected to be in excess of $150,000, was completed for only $40,000, a remarkable 30 cents on the dollar. This was only possible through the combined efforts of the Golf Course Builders of America, Golf Development Construction Incorporated, the PGA, and the First Tee program, along with the abundant help and donations by numerous golf course suppliers, without whom this project would never have become a reality. To quote Earl Woods, "It's great to provide them with clubs and instruction, but it's not going to work unless they have a place to play."